Hello, good morning, guys. Welcome to MaxxJfx channel. All right, so this is a weekly analysis we do on GBN, the major forex pairs. So so let's do a quick review on that, on what analysis we do for last 2 weeks. So last 2 weeks we were expecting a buy on GBP, JPY, and obviously this is the buy that we had on it. So obviously it's what's up, and that's exactly what we're anticipating. And also GBP USD, we're also anticipating some buy, and now we had this buy from this very side. And also EUR USD, last 2 weeks we were expecting some huge sell-off, and we had it right at this point here. We had a nice sell-off downwards. USD JPY, we also expecting some buys, and we had it. We had these buys upward for last 2 weeks. For the USD, we also expecting some sell-off. We saw some quick sell-off, a very short one, and now it's went back up again. Obviously, would have hit break even at that point. USD chef, we're expecting a huge sell-off from that point, and we had it. We had this huge sell-off from this point. And now there's a still sell continuation downwards. NZD USD, we expected a sell-off, and we had it. We had this sell-off from the market. So you see, markets came there and now had this nice push downwards. CAD JPY, we also expecting some sell-off, and obviously we had it. It came up back up, but it didn't give us the push downwards. It's consolidated and it went back up. All right, so what are we expecting this week? What should we expect this week? Let's clear up the charts. So this week I'm expecting to be an exciting week because we had the NFP last week and it was a crazy move, right? A very crazy move. So GBP, JPY, let's look at it from the weekly. So weekly we see it's buying. So weekly, what do we see? We see that it's still bullish on the weekly, and obviously making another break upwards. So this was the weekly. So we see higher high, higher low, and we're expecting another high. But the inwards to it has made a structure, and that's giving us a double confirmation that the market is really going to give us a bullish direction. All right, so I can say that this right here is a pullback. This right here is a pullback, and therefore expecting a break of structure right here. So let it break up and now continue upward. So we'll obviously be looking for bulls, so that's buys in the markets. And you also see this nice break of structure. So bullish tend to bearish and now bullish and now back down. It's going to break back up. So double time frames are telling us buys. Let's see what the 4-hour will say. 4-hour is saying also that it is in a buy mode. We had this nice break of structure up, a pullback, and now you're expecting a break right up. So so obviously it's a buy. It's a buy. At what point should we buy? That's the question of the day. So we always look for the buys on the higher time frame, that's the daily. And so technical wise, I'm just having some doubts that this market is going to buy because I see a heavy load of sell points right there. I there's a heavy load of cells, and this right there is a resistance right there. And if you want a demand zone on it, we see a break and retest on this. So if you don't see a break and retest on this, then you can't say we want to buy. So let's wait for a break and retest on the GBP JPY before we enter. So a break retest and now we buy. All right, so GBP USD. So last 2 weeks we are predicting some buys, right? So buys, and we had it. So we had a buys, we had a push up. All right. So this week, what do you expect? Weekly. Mm, Weekly is bullish, and also I think so. It's made this higher high. This one, I'll take this one as higher low, and I'm expecting some very big, huge buys right here. I'm saying huge buys because this week is telling me that there's a lot of huge rejection. Look at this rejection right here. Look at what this week is telling us. There's a huge rejection right here, and I'm expecting it to rise as buyers will be very interested. So, at what point do we buy? This is easy. So, I think this has changed structure, right? Not really. So, I see some inverse head and shoulders right here. So this an inverse head and shoulders. Because the weekly is telling us something nice, you are waiting to buy on a break and retest. So let's wait for a break and retest on the inverse head and shoulders right here in order to buy. Alright, so EUUSD. EUUSD last week predicted some sales and we had it. That's okay for us. So this week, what do you expect? So I'm still having a sell bias on this because obviously this is consolidation. It is consolidating. You can't go further than stay here and wait for a break and retest. So let's have another break and retest right here to push downwards. So I was also thinking that when you look right here, you can see this and head and shoulder right here. So head and shoulder. And we can see it break the neckline. It's retested the neckline. And obviously we should have some push, but we see it's consolidation, which means that we have to be careful, very, very careful. Because at consolidation points, we do not know the direction. So it's better we wait for a break and retest on this to in order to sell. USDJPY, what do you expect? So weekly, it's it's choppy on the weekly, right? It's very, very choppy and very unclear. Very, very unclear. Let's see on the daily. Daily is very choppy. And see, it is. I don't really get this. Look at so if buyers were able to push, look at this push that the buyers had, and now it had a sell. Why is it that these buyers can't just push it? Because they were interested in this price and they push this price up. So why is it that the price has returned and now the there's no push again? Which means you have to be very careful, and this is very unclear to us. And you have to be careful on what might happen. This is a consolidation phase, and you want to see what market will give us. ODSD, what's the weekly telling us? Is also choppy on the weekly. Let's see on the daily. Daily, very a bit clearer. What was the trend on the weekly? So trend of the weekly is very bearish. No, I would say is bullish. So I would say there is a break of structure, and therefore I'm waiting for a nice pullback in order to buy. So I think interesting in a sell would be of good idea and USD. So let's look for a very clean zone right here on a daily. I think if markets can get here, then I think this will be a very good zone for us. And you see, it has made a week right here. And this week, we have to be very careful. It might either be a week fill, and therefore, you have to be careful. Let's look at 1 or 2 days and see what will happen before we take a sell downwards. Here's the chef. So here's the chef. We saw it in a consolidating phase and still not giving us a clear move. When obviously it is a bearish trend on a higher time frame. Right there. So obviously we're expecting another sell downwards. Let's look at what the weekly give us. So it's also bearish on the daily too, because this right here hasn't broken below, so it's bullish. It's bearish, sorry. So we're looking for sell zones in order to sell in these markets. So I think for a good sell zone, I'll wait for the market right here. Even though it is selling, I want to still wait for another push upwards because the market repeats itself and I'll have a sell downwards. NZD USD. I got a great move right here on NZD USD, I think last 2 weeks. So what do you expect this week? So yeah, so it's bullish, but I see it turning to a bearish because this is a push, and now you see it's breaking it right here. Therefore, expecting a little push up to sell. But which zone are we interested in? The weekly will tell us, the daily will tell us. And I think this is a very good zone, and therefore we expect a very good sell at this zone. So I'm still expecting a sell at the same spots. I think. So yeah, I'm still expecting some. So it has given us already a signal. I want this current candle to close to make a decision to enter the markets. At JPY. Alright, so this didn't go in a direction last 2 weeks. What do we expect this week? So this is obviously a bullish trend. Obviously, see this. A break below, break above, retest, another upward move, retest. What do you expect? A move up. This is simple to trade. CAD GPY. Still on it, you see it's changing structure right here. So expecting a push down in a buy. That's had a push down, and now you expect a buy. Which zone should we buy from? That's the question. To find a very clear zone. So always have in mind that the market repeats itself. So this is a very good zone for us. and I'm just going to wait for it to repeat itself by having a push downwards, and now buy. So yes, so that's my analysis on a major forex pair. CAD JPY, I'm expecting a buy. NZD USD a sell. USD share a sell. AUD USD a sell. USD JPY, I'm waiting for a decision. Euro USD, I'm waiting for a sell, but I want the market to get out of the consolidation phase first before I sell. GBP USD, I'm expecting a buy, and GBP JPY, it's also a buy. Alright, so this is my view on the major forex pairs. So please, if you have any question or you have any special pair you want me to analyze, I can really do that for you. But just please put that suggestion in the comment section. I'll have a look at it and analyze it very, very well. And this MaxxJfx, and I need your support by liking and subscribing my channel. So thank you very much for having me around, and it's a bye for now. Thank you.